Everybody, thanks for watching today. I promised you that I was going to do a video to explain how I'm memory keeping my travels. Stay tuned because this has been a process for me, and I'm going to show you and take you on a tour of some of my memory planning albums. Stay tuned. What you're seeing here is the different versions of memory planning that I have. Okay, so I'll take you on a tour first of this big giant one. This is a Project Life album, and the good thing about scrapbooking something like this is you just basically put your pictures into the slots, and then you buy some of these cards and you just decorate, or you can do your own artistic thing. Now this was the original, my first RVing trip with Christian ever that I bought an RV. And you can see that I have placed the pictures here. Here is exactly where we were staying, which was Sun and Fun. When we sold our house, we stayed about a couple of days in Sun and Fun in South Florida, and we had such a good time. And this is my RV. This was my RV, and I've done videos on this showing you my old RV. So you can see we had a really good time, and all I did was have to put the pictures. Now you do have to know the sizes when you're going to get them printed, but you can see I did not do a good job of journaling. This album was not done when I traveled. This was done later, and this is why there's no journaling here. So this is the problem with waiting for later to journal. That was my RV. Here you can see my RV again. This was the Itasca Spirit that I owned, my Class C. That's my Itasca Spirit. So we did a lot of fun things on that trip, and then we went to a lot of fun places traveling all around Florida. And during the holidays, these are a lot of pictures of Christian. We went to Disney. We stayed at Fort Wilderness, and it was just a lot of fun. And you can see the problem with this is when you go back to do it later, you don't have the journaling, and that's my problem. I lost all of that journaling. I don't know where it is. I have to do a search and see if I had a journal that I was writing in. So that was it. That was the end of my trip. We didn't really do a lot of pictures and stuff. Okay, so that's one album. So I have lots of other stuff here. So you can see these are inserts that you buy at the craft store, and you can put them in a binder. It doesn't have to be this kind of binder as long as they line up. And you can just put pictures in here and then just put journaling cards in there. Okay, so that's one way, and I have lots and lots and lots and lots. But as I said before, the best part of traveling is journaling and writing about what you see, how you feel, what happened during the day. And as you can see, I lost a lot of those memories because I wasn't doing them at the time. I mean, I was running a business during the time that I was traveling in my RV with Christian, the very first RV that I had when we started. And I lost all of that journaling that would have been so amazing right now. So I learned my lesson. And then when we went out west, I found out about the Happy Planner. And I bought a Happy Planner. It was already almost on the way back on the trip. I was journaling. I was keeping record of where we were. So the good thing about that was I was on the road. The notebook that I was using, I was able, after I bought this, was able to go back and start entries. I'm going to turn you around. I'm going to show you what I was doing with the Happy Planner. And this is a great idea if you really want to be organized with planning. The great thing about the Happy Planner is the Happy Planner has rings, and I can adjust the rings because I can buy them smaller or bigger. I put these bigger ones on here. So on that year, this is the one that I purchased in the Happy Planner. I was using this as a planner also. I was keeping a travel journal, and I was writing a whole bunch of stuff. What I did was I pulled the pages out of that travel journal and put it in here because I wanted everything to be in one place. Okay, so I also ended up printing out. So I was keeping record also of where we were, so I kept a record here. This is the Happy Planner I bought it in September, so I had to print these pages out so that I can keep everything together. This would have been July, so we were doing all of this stuff in July, getting ready for a trip. Like here, we finally left for a trip. We were in Panama City. Things that I had to do that we were doing for the trip. We're in Louisiana here. We were doing the Bayou camping here. We were in Texas. All of this is here. Another thing I was keeping track of is with the expenses that I was incurring for this trip as well. And this is a printable. So then August, I also wrote where we were. We were at Garden of the Gods, and we overnighted at Bass Pro Shops. And all of that information I wrote into the calendar, which is a lot of fun. And a lot of things that I had to do that week, I also wrote them on here. Okay, I also wrote some more expenses over here that we had. Now, this was backtracking. Even though I was keeping records of this, it was not in this format, but I was able to come back and print out this calendar and then put all the information into the calendar the way that I had it in the way that I was tracking it. Okay, so then now I had bought this planner in September, and now I was able to really get in here, do some stuff. So I was able to write the colors here, color code, when we were the places that we were. Here's a holiday, and just being able to organize all of the places that we were, places that I loved. Now, I also was using this as a planner. So I have phone calls in here. Here is all the places that we were at. And then finally, when we got home in September. And so here is, in September, I was keeping record of all the stuff that I was doing during the day. Things that I had to remember. My RV was damaged, so I was also dealing with the insurance company. So that was great. Now, the only thing I regret about this is I didn't know about pictures at the time, and I could have put some nice pictures in here. And this is what I would have done here, is put some pictures in here of the trip. So I kept using this as a planner. This was my planner. I was able to journal and do some stuff with it. So I did like this a lot. I really did like this a lot. All right, so the way that I'm doing it now is because I bought one of these. This is from Planner Perfect. This is the same company that I bought my leather planners from, and she has a subscription box monthly, but I don't subscribe to the subscription box because I travel. But I tried her method, and I really did like it a lot. So this was my planner this year for October, and I thought this is perfect for memory keep. I did my own in November. Now, I do love this a lot. I just don't like that it's not flat back here, and I'm always struggling to keep it open. So I bought, this is a moleskin volant, and it lays flat, which I like. So this is the planner that I've been using, 2-page spreads for all my work. Now, I decided to use this because I wanted a nice book for the fall for memories. So this was the day that I left for my trip, and I wanted to make sure that I printed and that I decorated the planner with a lot of colors for the fall, because it's so exciting here in Florida when you get to the fall. So I put Let the Adventure Begins. Here's some of my journaling, and these are just things I had to do. And then here's my weekly of things that I pre-planned that I had to get done. And then here's my trip, and I put in tip-ins in here so I can journal. And just journaling my whole trip. This was whole journaling. Sometimes I had to add extra journaling pages. A lot of the stuff I printed online. This is all free. All of this stuff is free except for the washi tape, which I had to buy. And there was more journaling here as well, and more journaling here on my trip. And just, then I got back home, and I still journal and stuff like that. So at the back of the book, once the 30th came around, I wanted to go into the December planner. So I still had a couple of pages left in this book. So I decided to put in my pictures and use this for memory keeping. So that way I know what was going on at that time. And I was able to put in the details. I was able to print the pictures. I was able to, and my journaling, even though it's not on this page, my journaling is back here. So I don't lose anything because I am reminded of the trip. And I also have additional journaling here of things I didn't talk about before. Here's a page when I was in St. Augustine. I added this little tip in because I wanted to talk about my experience a little bit more. I wanted to reflect on my trip, and that's the page. And a lot of those videos you've already seen. And then of course I came back the following week, and it was Thanksgiving, and I was alone, and I said, what the heck, I'm gonna have a good meal. I had a wonderful, glorious time for Thanksgiving. And that is the way that I do it now. This is how I plan, and this is how I do my memory keeping now. It's all going in here because every day when I travel, I can journal, and if I need extra space, I have space here. For me, I have found that the easiest way for me to memory keep is in my daily planner. I love this method. It's just so easy. I don't have to size pictures for a slot, you know, like the project life. I had to make sure the pictures fit in there, and I had to put them in order, and sometimes the way the pictures didn't coordinate because I filmed it going up instead of sideways, and it was just a little bit stressful. And I just find that this is just so much easier for me. I just find that this is a lot better for me because discovering that I can print things out and just put them in my book and decorate according to the things that I need. I used to go out and buy stickers, and there were stickers in there that I didn't even use. Like if I buy seasonal stickers, they give me Halloween stickers. I don't use Halloween stickers, so I end up with a bunch of stickers that I don't use. Plus, the stickers are thicker than the copy paper. So do I think this is going to last forever? No, I don't. But it's a prompt for me in the future. So if I say, oh, I remember this trip, I can go to my computer and I can look at all the pictures, because these are not all the pictures that I took. These are just a handful of the better pictures, but there's a lot more pictures in my digital iPad and in my phone that have this. But these are just the journaling. This is the stuff that when we look at digital stuff, we forget. So I thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this video shows you that the important things in our trip and in our journey is always about the journey. It's not always about the destination. It's not about finally getting a picture on that Grand Canyon or that cliff or that mountain or the zoo. It's about the journey there. It's about all those little things that happened to get there. It's about all the preparation that it took to get there. It's about all those things that move you when you finally get there, and they're in your spirit and your soul, and it makes you so happy. And even the bad times too, you want to remember those, because years from now, when you look back at those digital pictures, you're going to forget all of those beautiful memories that you'll be able to write down if you journaled them in the first place. Hope you have a wonderful day. God bless. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hey, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.